Welcome back, everybody. I hope you are ready for our next segment where we are going to take a look at the last three components of the macro environment. So our fourth component is then, of course, our technological environment. And I think in today's day and age, we all know what technology is. So a business always has to know what developments and changes are happening in technology because it can impact, for example, the productivity level of the business, if there is new developments in the machinery they use in their production process, for example, or if there is new software available to upgrade their computers. So when we look at technological environment, it refers to the development. Everything that develops and changes in the field, of course, of technology. So this can be new or innovative knowledge used in technology, maybe new software that has been developed or new machinery that has been invented. So the second bullet here refers to new inventions. So all the changes that we see in technology that can affect on the operation of our business, we will then classify as a technological environmental factor. All right, so that is then our fourth component, our technological environment. Our fifth component then is our legal environment. Let me just get the slide here. There we go. So when we think about legal, we think about laws and attorneys and stuff like that. So remember, legal environment refers to laws that is passed by the government. So this can also be existing laws that has been amended or changed by the government that can have an influence on a business. So this can also be, as I said, laws, of course, but it can also be rules that is implemented by government or by institutions of government that any business has to adhere to. All right, so legal environment will be laws and rules that are implemented or amended that will have a direct impact on your business. Then our last component is our environmental environment. Now, we will only refer to it as environmental environment, but this will include two environments. It will include our natural environment and our international environment. So when we refer to natural environment, think about the nature, all the raw materials and resources we get out of nature. And international, of course, is everything that happens outside of South Africa that has an influence on your business. So this then, as I said, is our natural and our global environment. Now global is only a different word that is used for international. So it will only be a reference to the international environment. So let's take a look at the natural environment first. Now, we are talking about natural environment, but it can also be referred to as the physical environment that has an influence on your business. Okay, so let me just take this circle away. So when we speak about natural environment, it's any natural or man-made variables or resources that surrounds the business or is used inside of the business. Any changes that happens here will have an impact on our business. For example, you don't get enough coal to produce your petrol, for example, and this will then be a problem which we can find in the natural environment of the business. So it also refers to the availability of natural resources. So is there enough coal available? Is there enough water available to use in your production process? Is there enough grain, sunflower seeds? All of these are then natural environmental factors. Then the second one is our international environment, which is then included in our environmental environment. So international, of course, is everything that happens outside of the borders of our country, which can have an impact on South Africa or on our business. So this is usually uncontrollable interactions, which can be found locally and internationally. Think about the riots and looting and the impact it had on businesses. Think about the war in Ukraine and the impact it had on businesses. This is all then classified as international environmental factors, which can impact your business. So that's interactions that can impact your business. But when we speak about international environment, it can also be competition in other countries, but for our business in this country. I'm thinking about the online shop Shein, where you can buy clothes for very cheap. And Shein is a Chinese business, which is then direct competition for all the clothing businesses in South Africa or locally. So international environmental factors can also increase competition for our domestic markets. What also can happen, so I'm talking about only the negative aspects, but a positive aspect can be that there is a new opportunity for your business. So your business can have an opportunity to sell their products in foreign markets, in other countries. So this is also then an example of an international environmental factor. So if I can draw your attention to the remember box, although we speak about the environmental environment, this includes, of course, then the natural and the international environment. So always remember, although we are only speaking about the environmental environment, we are also speaking about the natural and international environment. So that is then our final component of the macro environment. We have spoken about the political, economical, social, technological, legal, and environmental environment, which is all components of our macro environment, which is then our broader environment, which has an influence on the business. I hope I have given you some clarity and helped you a bit with macro environments, meaning and components, and I hope I see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye.